But there's a way to do it, right? There's a proper way to do it with gentleness and with love and with respect for the person that you're talking to. And so what I found is that a lot of people who profess Christianity, a lot of people who want to call themselves a Christian, they really don't know what it means to be a Christian. A lot of people don't even know what the gospel is. And what you'll find is it's just a nominal thing, meaning that's just something people profess with their mouth, or they said a prayer and they feel like just because they said the prayer, then automatically they're good and I can continue living how I am. I just added Jesus on and I'm good to go. But the fact is, the gospel gives us a new lens in which we are able to see all things, and we evaluate all things through the gospel. And knowing that God has saved us through sending Jesus Christ to die for us, that should do something, right? I've heard a story that somebody gave, and they said, you know, there's a guy who came in late to work, and they're like, what are you doing? You're like an hour late. Like, where were you at? Oh yeah, I got into a bad car accident. Oh man, what happened? Yeah, something happened. I stopped on the side of the road and I got out the car and an 18-wheeler came and it hit me on the highway. But they're standing there with no bruises, nothing. Like if you got hit by an 18-wheeler, wouldn't something be different about the way that you look?
I think you're
right? Wouldn't you walk different? Right? You would literally, you might not be able to walk, right? But there's something that happens. It's obvious that when God comes and he changes and he saves someone, they don't stay how they are, they change. And if someone says they now profess the name of Jesus as their Savior, there's something that looks different. But at the same time, we don't get caught up in the looking different and using that as the reason why we're saved. Because now I'm doing this. Now I'm doing that. There's still a proper way to view this change that happens to us. It's a result of the work of Christ in our hearts. Right? Now we look different. And so I guess what I want to do is just really encourage you guys to, those who profess faith in Christ, and those who are still searching, to really get to the bottom of that searching and really understanding what the gospel is. Because when we properly understand the gospel, that's the lens that we view all things through. Whenever we get different challenges in life, it's not popular to be a Christian anymore, right? There was a time when you wouldn't even go for the office of president if you wasn't a Christian, because nobody would vote for you, right? They knew somebody who was a Christian was a morally upright person. Now the Christian is seen as the bigot. And so now that the person who is just nominally saying that I'm a Christian, they're not going to stand. It's only a matter of time before they fold and really realize I never believed this to begin with. But through the lens of the gospel, I'm not sure what kind of questions that you guys have and what kind of objections that you guys might have heard from other people. I always hear that Christianity is a white man's religion. I have a lot of friends who are call themselves Black Hebrew Israelites. And they mix the law and the gospel and they don't understand it properly, and they try to tell me all of this stuff. And you don't have to know all of these things about the Bible. You don't have to know all of these things about Christianity. Somebody at a bank, they're not looking at all of these different counterfeit dollar bills. So you know, oh, this is a counterfeit. Oh, this one right here is what they do is they spend a whole lot of time with the real thing. Right? They spend a lot of time touching real money, so they know what it feels like. So whenever they get a counterfeit, they already know as soon as it touches their hand that something's not right with this, right? And so spend time in the Word, spend time understanding what the gospel is, because I'm telling you, from my experience, the gospel is the apologetic. The gospel is the answer to all of these different things, right? I'll leave you with this Shy Lynn. He's a Christian rapper from Philly. And he says that justification by faith is the key to eliminating racism. That sounds real simple, right? We know the history of this country. We know all the stuff that's went down. But he said justification by faith is the key to eliminating racism. Well, how can you say that's the key? Well, because that's the gospel. The gospel answers all things. And so, well, what is justification by faith? Justification is God declaring a sinner who doesn't deserve his grace, who doesn't deserve his love and his mercy, declaring that person, because of what Christ has done, he can declare this person as righteous, just as if he has never sinned. In the way that this justification happens is through faith in Jesus Christ. But what justification teaches us is that the white person, the black person, the Indian person, the Hispanic person, whoever we're talking about, are all in need of this same justification. We all equally need to be justified. And the only way that anybody is justified and declared righteous and forgiven by God is by having faith in Jesus Christ, the one who God has sent to become the lamb who will be slain on our behalf. All of us need it. And so this pride that results in racism, right? It's pride that causes someone to think that they're superior because of their ethnicity. But if we view who we are through the lens of the gospel, guess what? I see that myself, Pastor Tom, Alex, Nate, all of us are in the same place and needing forgiveness. So we all see ourselves on the even playing field. And so justification by faith is the answer. If we view ourselves and others through the lens of the gospel, it changes the way that we view ourselves, it changes the way that we view our neighbor, and it changes the way that we view the God who has made this provision for us to ultimately be saved and forgiven by him. So I guess what I want you guys to walk away with is really understanding the power in the gospel, that the gospel is what saves us. The gospel is also what leads us. The gospel is what keeps us. The gospel is the lens that we view and we understand all things, and we keep balance in our life, and we keep balance in our theology and our apologetic when we're dealing with other people who might try to cause us to stray away from the faith that we have. Because we can always talk about side issues and other things, but what is the gospel? That's the main thing. And the other things we can disagree on.